on the path, one doesn't strive for victory over an opponent. Rather, one strives to avoid defeat by one's own self. My guru, Bhagavan Josiah, says, be as you are as long as you are blissful. Be as you are as long as you are blissful. We have a skewed perspective about what it looks like to be quote unquote enlightened, or about what it looks like to know God. In the gospel, it says that you won't enter the kingdom of heaven through works. You won't get there by action. You don't know when somebody resides in the kingdom of God by their actions. That's why someone who is quote unquote enlightened doesn't always look like the saint that you may think of in your head. Be as you are as long as you're blissful. And see, what he's getting at there is that your actions do hold energy, and they do move the world. Just as the ocean's waves carry energy and move the body of water around and give it a beautiful dance, but those waves don't ever rise and crash thinking that they might be smaller compared to the next wave, or they might not be good enough to ride on, or those waves aren't coming up thinking, are fishes watching me? Every wave is uniquely its own, and it's just right. See, but we struggle to be blissful in our every action. And that's why we truly don't know God. Somebody could be in a bar with the drunks, laughing and smoking cigarettes and cracking jokes, and you'll walk in and think, oh, this is a regular. Buddy's having a time, he's faded. But internally, that same man could be bowed at the Lord's lotus feet. His every breath, bliss. Enlightenment, the kingdom of God, is something inside of you for you. And when one resides from that place and realizes that innate part of themselves, their every action becomes right. Their every action is bliss. Jesus Christ said it in the John chapter, where he said that I make judgment, and my judgment is right, because he doesn't have a will of his own, but the will of the Father. Christ was saying, I pass righteous judgment because I don't have no self. This isn't Jesus passing righteous judgment. Everything I do is from alignment with the Father. It's from oneness and bliss. So when I judge, it's not me speaking. This isn't coming from the mind. These words aren't bound to flesh. Instead, this is revealing straight from the Father. He's talking from the source. Because Christ knew that him and the Father were one. But if you were in the bank one day trying to pull out some cash, the banker's in the back fumbling around with the money, laughing, geeked up about how much interest they finna get off your dumb ass. And a man come in, burst through the doors, yelling, fussing out the bank tellers, flipping the tables in the bank, knocking the money over, jumping over the counter. You gonna say, what the hell is wrong with this nigga? Whole time, Christ went in there and did that. He went in the wicked institutions. That was the churches. That was greeding and hoarding the money. He went in the evil banking institutions that was practicing usury and collecting debt that wasn't theirs. And he flipped it all over. But if you looking at that from a worldly point of view, you'll look at Christ in character doing what he did and say, this man acting crazy up in this church. What he doing? Bro is doing the most up in this bank. Get him out of here. Because you don't recognize. You judging the action. And then you're judging it from a worldly perspective. When that man's actions aren't coming from that place. Those actions are straight from the Father. So next time you watching somebody do something, or you do something yourself, instead of commenting out loud about what that person's doing, or talking to the next person about it, or chatting in your own head about how annoying it is, talk to the Father about it. Ask God about it. In yourself, inquire as to who it is that's making these actions. Is it this man standing in front of you? Or is it Christ all around you? Or is it the Father moving through you? Because a quick inquiry to God, a quick question to self, will have you seeing from the perspective of the ocean rather than reacting to the rise and fall of a wave. On the path, one doesn't strive for victory over an opponent. Rather, one strives to avoid defeat by one's own self.